So if you need to relearn something, the best thing is to go back to your classwork, look through your lessons and try to remind yourself of what you did in class. Then you can start to look to the knowledge organizer and read it carefully. But this might be a bit harder if you didn't understand it to begin with. That's where you might look online for other places to find that information, like BBC Bitesize or YouTube. There may be other resources on your Teams group that can help you to relearn the content that didn't stick the first time around. You can also talk to your teachers and other students to see if they're able to answer your questions and explain tricky concepts. There is no point trying to memorize content if we didn't really understand it the first time. Can you explain this area of content to someone else? Can you understand and answer questions on it? These are the most important areas to focus our attention on. In subjects like maths, MFL, and sometimes science, if you didn't understand one fundamental area, it can make learning in the future much harder. So this is where we must focus our attention and ask for help. Our learning is importantly our responsibility, and the students who get the most out of school show they understand this. The best place to relearn might be our class exercise books or booklets. We might look in our Teams group or ask our teacher about really good videos or podcasts or websites that can help. So if you have tested yourself and you're feeling reasonably confident on that area of the topic, that's when you need to check your understanding regularly. These checks mean going back over your learning, and they can really help to support content, making it stick. Remember, having things committed to your long-term memory is how learning works, and that's how it supports your learning later on and how it links everything together. Your teachers have thought carefully about the sequence of lessons and topics and the curriculum overall, so making sure you really understand things will help you in the future. This stage only works once we know and understand the content well. This is because then we know what we need to know, and we can organize and condense this information down to make it manageable. So, the first thing you need to do is quiz yourself. Checking our understanding is the main part of AMBER retrieval. This means looking through and rereading and then covering over the content and trying to remember it by writing out answers or key terms and then checking if we're not able to get at least 50% right. Then we might need to go back and target, relearn. Sometimes it's good to use another piece of paper to cover up half the content and see if we can recall definitions of key terms or events from a timeline or descriptions of character, for example. This is particularly good for spelling of keywords and definitions. The pictures on the slide show you some steps that you could use to do this. You may want to pause the video now and give this a go. Lots of online quizzing can be useful as well, using our knowledge organizer as well to write questions and answers, but then importantly, testing ourselves. Now, have a pause and give this a go.